Hi guys, welcome back to the Saintmen Sun Cave. Now we move from Middle East to Central Europe to Ukraine. Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor of Kiev, just lamps Zelensky on war. He told, "Your allies, your Western allies are not able to deliver to us anything good. Even globalist partner in Europe, the atheist Malthusian Fabians, are losing grip on Brussels. Everything is going worst." So guys, don't forget to put a like and a follow, and see you soon, brothers.
The last sip of horlika in Kiev. The mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko, elected in 2020 with more than 50% of the votes, has raised the bar of conflict with the Ukrainian president. He is considered a good candidate for the next presidential elections, assuming Washington allows him. It is therefore logical that he has raised the level of criticism against Zelensky. Of course, but what he said a few days ago marks a point of no return for Ukraine and an actual risk for the globalist roadmap. Klitschko slammed the comedian who became president. "Our biggest mistake was following Zelensky into this marriage with a corpse. The West is unable to deliver to us anything. One might think that after Zelensky it will be a blood, sweat, and tears phase to change political actors. But we know that Klitschko was put in that position because he was sponsored by the Germans' Adenauer Foundation. Years ago, in order to involve the Europeans, the US made them believe that they would manage parts of Ukraine. It was a lie. We therefore have to ask ourselves whether the roots of this new explicit thought are not in Berlin. In Germany, there is a large portion of the country, BDI, Bundesverband der Deutschen Industrie, the armed forces to which the trade unions are also joining. This block of interests have poorly tolerated the transfer of sovereignty and the economic suicide of the country following the unfortunate war in Ukraine. The attack on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline was perceived as an act of war against Germany, and Prime Minister Scholz's condescension as a surrender, a betrayal of the German people. A bit like what happens in Italy and other countries, where the globalist left is now perceived as an enemy of national interests and cultural, political, and religious identities. A kind of doormat of international finance and its crazy projects. So much so that there are now numerous splinters of the left, still wise, that move on to antagonistic terrain with respect to the monotonous narrative of the system that Fabian left repeat like a puppet. And there are more and more people who choose populist and sovereignist parties at the polls. In Europe, Germany will sound the anti-system charge, unless the financial oligarchies in cahoots with the deep state will be able to trigger the fuse of civil wars. An easy way for the so-called walking corpse to introduce martial laws, erase every shred of democracy and rights, stop us from voting and govern for a few more years. Before we all will end up in hell?